Welcome back to the Friendship Place. My name is Stephanie. Here we're talking about all things autism to support people with autism and those who love them. So we're going to be continuing on with visual schedules and more importantly, reinforcement. Reinforcement is basically when we want to see a certain behavior increase. We are going to have a preferred item available as soon as that desired behavior shows up and is completed. So when we're dealing with a visual schedule, we're going to be moving one item over to our finished, and then we're going to be allowing that student or child to have those preferred items or item. So one way of delivering reinforcement is using a token economy. So that is where we're working towards a larger item or a larger amount of time. So one way that you can do this is you can make a token economy jar where they're putting erasers or pennies or different items that represent the larger item. Another thing that you can do is make a sheet similar to this where we're putting the desired item here, and then these are the trials that the student is completing before receiving this. So a good idea when you're getting started with this is to go ahead and have the child just complete one task. So maybe you have all these completed and then just leave this one here, and then with this one have them complete one task and then they get their preferred larger item, and then build on that. So maybe do 3, then do 5, and then the full 10. So you can have them build up towards completing more tasks before receiving their reinforcement. So the way this works, there's a couple of things you can use for this. You can put Velcro on these, and you can laminate a sticker sheets. You can choose what your child loves the most and make those stickers, so it's a little bit reinforcing even in the process. So but you can laminate them if you have that capability. Or you can simply take an item, like a toy item that's small, and put Velcro on them and put them here. So like toy pennies are a great thing. You could just make several copies of this and put the stickers on. So, so that they're still getting the stickers without needing a laminator. So a couple of things to know about reinforcement is do set a time limit. It is so easy when you're busy in your day-to-day to feel like, okay, I have a minute, they're occupied, and they're happy, so let's just leave it. But what happens is when you do want to have the item taken back, or you want them to work on their next thing, they're gonna have a harder time with that adjustment. We call that a transition. So a better thing to do is have a timer so that they see the timer, and when that timer goes off, their time is done and it's time to go back to work or do a different type of task. So that's one thing to consider. Another thing is to make sure the item is reinforcing. So having your child or student choose the item that is going to be worked for. Let them direct what they want, because this is their time. This is your time to work with them, and then this is their time of reward for what they're doing. So one thing I would keep in mind too, if your child is exhibiting trouble behavior or problem behavior during the trials, I would choose a less reinforcing item once they've completed something, but give them something they still like, but maybe not their most favorite item, and then give them quickly after that, give them another opportunity to work towards the thing that they wanted in the first place. So that's a way to not reinforce negative behavior, so that they know for sure what they need to do in order to get those preferred items. And be careful with making assumptions. It's so easy for us as adults to make assumptions about, well, they liked the color blue last week, so they like the color blue this week. Kids change, their interests change, and they may cycle through what interests them and what doesn't interest them. And so do a reinforcement check often, because if you're not having success with reinforcement, either it's not being delivered correctly or the item is no longer reinforcing to that child. So reinforcement truly does work. It is research-based, so usually what happens is there's something wrong with the item or the way we're delivering it, or the length of time we're delivering it. So we want to be sure that nothing's getting in the way of our child growing and completing tasks that are highly beneficial to them in the long run, and decreasing that problem behavior at the same time. So if you have any further questions, please leave me a comment below. My email is also listed in case you want to contact me for any reason. If you have questions that you just don't want to share with the larger YouTube world, my personal email is down below. So feel free to send me a note on either platform, and let me know how I can serve you. Thanks so much. Bye.